Imagine being forced to quit your job because your work environment has become unbearable. This scenario, known as constructive discharge, is a serious issue in employment law. Today, we'll explore what constructive discharge means, its legal implications, and what both employees and employers need to know. Constructive discharge occurs when an employer creates such intolerable working conditions that an employee feels compelled to resign. It's recognized in most states as a form of wrongful termination, even though the employee technically quits. But what exactly constitutes intolerable working conditions? It's not just about having a mean boss or disliking your job. The conditions must be objectively unbearable. This could include physical or sexual harassment, verbal abuse, unwarranted demotions or pay cuts, or being forced to participate in illegal activities. Courts use a reasonable person standard, asking whether a typical employee would feel forced to quit under similar circumstances. For a constructive discharge claim to be valid, the employee must prove that the employer either intended to force their resignation or was aware of the intolerable conditions. This means employees usually need to report issues to management before resigning, giving the employer a chance to address the problem. In some states, there are specific legal requirements for constructive discharge claims. For example, in Arizona, employees must provide written notice to their employer about the intolerable conditions and allow 15 days for the employer to respond before resigning. However, this requirement may be waived in cases of extreme misconduct. Employees who successfully prove constructive discharge may be entitled to various forms of compensation. This can include back pay, front pay, lost wages and benefits, legal expenses, and in some cases, compensatory or punitive damages. It's important to note that constructive discharge laws can vary by state. Some states have additional protections or requirements. For instance, Illinois prohibits discrimination based on credit history, while California applies a strict reasonable person standard. To summarize, constructive discharge is a serious legal concept that protects employees from being forced to resign due to intolerable working conditions. It requires proof of extreme circumstances, employer knowledge or intent, and often involves specific legal procedures. Both employees and employers should be aware of their rights and responsibilities to navigate these complex situations effectively.